Hello students, let's try to understand what happen in relax action. In animals, during the relax action, what is going to happen? That we need to read out here, student. Reflex is the word we use very commonly where we talk about some sudden action in response to something in the environment. We say, I jumped out of the way of the bus reflexly, or pulled my hand back from the flame reflexly, or I was so hungry my mouth started watching reflexly. What exactly do we mean? On our common idea in all such examples, in that would we do something without thinking about it, or without feeling in control or our reflection. At these are situations where we are responding with some action to change in our environment. How is controlled and coordination achieved in such situation? Let us consider this further. Take one of the example. Touching a flame is an urgent and dangerous situation for us, or in fact for any animals. How would we respond to this? One seemingly simple way to this to do One seemingly simple way is to think consciously about the pain and the possibilities of getting hurt, getting burnt, and therefore move our hand. An important question then is how long will it take us to think all of this? The answer depends on how we think. If nerves impulse are sent around the way we have talked about earlier, then thinking is also likely to involve the creation of such impulses. Thinking is a complex activity, so it is bound to involve a complicated interaction of many nerves impulses from many neurons. If this is the case, it is no surprise that the thinking tissue in our body consists of the dense network of in- intricately arranged neurons. It sits in the forward end of the skull and receives signal from all over the body which it thinks about before responding to them. Obviously, in order to receive this signal, this thinking part of the brain in the skull must be connected to the nerves coming from various part of the body. Similarly, if this part of the brain is to instruct muscles to move, nerves must carry this signal back to different part of the body. If all of this is to be done when we touch a hot object, it may take enough time for us to get bored. How does the design of the body solve this problem rather than having to think about the designation sensation of the hurt, sensation of the heat? If the nerves that detect heat were to be connected to the nerves that move muscle in simpler way, the process of detecting the signal or the input and responding to it by an output action might be complicated quickly. Such a connected is commonly called the reflex arc, where should such a reflex arc connected connection be made between the input nerves and the output nerve. The best place of course would be at the point where they first meet each other. Nerves from all over the body meet in a bundle in the spinal cord on their way to the brain. Reflex arcs are formed in the spinal cord itself alongside, although the information input also goes on the reach the brain. Of course, reflex arts have evolved in the animal because the thinking process of the brain is not fast enough. In fact, many animals have very little or none of the complex neural network needed for thinking, so it is quite likely that reflex arcs have evolved as efficient way of functioning in the absence of the true thought process. However, even after complex neuron network have come into the existence, reflex arcs continue to be more efficient for quick responses. So this is what student, that is you are touching the hot object, receptors, heat, pain, no receptor in the cane. This is going with the sensory neuron, motor neuron, effective motor muscles in the arms, no relay neurons. Here it is there, spinal cord is there, a message to the brain through the spinal cord is reaching. Can you show the traces of the sequence event which occurs when bright light focus on your eyes? So this is all about the initial states of the neurons, student, how it is going to reach out into the brain and how action takes place, that we will study slowly. Thank you so much for watching.